This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, cat people, cat friends. Welcome to Cattitude. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. You know, we're still kind of in the pandemic. It's about October 2021 when we are recording. And, you know, so many of us during the pandemic, especially during the time when everything was closed, were not so productive. But not my next guest. She was amazingly productive and, you know, found herself creating cat furniture, which is just amazing cat furniture. So stay tuned. I can't wait to talk to her all about it. We'll be right back. Hey guys, Michelle Fern here. I want to tell you about Carlson Pet Products. They're a family-owned, budget-conscious company specializing in creating pet safety products to keep your pet happily protected from puppy through senior years. They have some great products: pet pans, folded elevated beds, crates, and pet gates. Their pet gates fit any size opening in your home. Most gates have a walk-through door for humans and a small door for your pet to go through. I've had a Carlson pet gate in my home for years and absolutely love it. And best of all, you're going to get 25% off and free shipping. Just visit carlsonpetproducts.com. And again, you'll get 25% off your order plus free shipping with the promo code PETLIFE.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Daralyn Kelleher. She is a comedian, cat trapper, woodworker, and artist. She has this just really funny, interesting, creative, amazing series on YouTube, which she does all this woodworking, and she has a strong focus on, of all things, cat furniture. So welcome, Daralyn.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on. You sound like you're a jack of all trades. You do a little bit of everything. So in case I missed something, can you tell everyone that's listening a little about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. Everything is certainly what I strive for, but sometimes it just ends up being some things, and that's okay. Basically, I'm a self-described cat lover who basically had a lot of spare time during the pandemic, like everyone else. And I was in a situation where I realized I didn't have enough furniture in my apartment. So I was like, oh, I should just make some furniture, because I didn't have a ton of money at the time, but I did have time. So I was like, why not? So I started making furniture as part of my YouTube channel. I was documenting my process as I was teaching myself. And long story short, I've landed in cat furniture, which is very exciting for my cat army that I live with. I have 4 cats. And also, I mean, I'm loving the process. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
You know what? I love how you put it. I just decided I'll make furniture. You know, it's I'd like to decide to just do that, but wouldn't even know where to start. And you use all these tools. And what I really thought was, you know, yes, is that how you repurpose things. Like in one part of the video, you're using your kitchen counter and clamping wood and just sawing away. And I thought, yeah, I love that. So I remember repurposing back in the day when I lived in LA, I was repurposing my oven as storage. I never took it home, but you know, why not? So
sure.
You had a saw, a circular saw thing. I don't know, all kinds of tools. How did you learn how to do this?
To be honest, it was all self-taught. I mean, YouTube is helpful with tutorials, of course, but especially when it came down to learning how to saw, I was kind of on my own, but I saw some videos of how it's done and I was like, okay, I'm just going to type in a saw on Amazon. Luckily, my brother-in-law works in construction, so he was able to sort of guide me in the right direction. And then I received a couple different saws, and I invested in the tools. I got a sander, and my collection has been growing. I recently got a really cool heavy duty staple gun, like industrial style, and it's changed my life. So yeah, I mean, it's all been trial and error. And if you go to my channel, you can see me fail a lot, but then also eventually succeed a little.
Well, I major kudos, because I know that your YouTube series is called All By Myself and that you started making this furniture, but I was almost positive when I asked that question, you were going to say, well, my, I don't know why I was thinking a male person in your past, but someone, taught me. So I decided to get back into it. I had no idea you were completely self-taught. It's not apparent from the videos. You look like you've been doing this for years.
Wow, what a compliment. I'll take it, even though, it's not the reality at all. But thank you.
I mean, if I was making cat furniture, I would get a dowel and put a rug around it and say, okay, this is a scratcher. This is what I've done. But you went way out there and you made, I know one of the big things that you made was a cat couch.
Yeah, that is a really exciting development in my little channel, because I have so many more cat couches I want to make. I want to basically mostly do mid-century modern cat couches. I have a couple ideas for ones that are like famous couches that I want to recreate as mini cat couches. But the one that I did make was just sort of a classic mid-century modern design.
And, hearing you talk about it, it sounds like it was so easy, but watching, the video, there was definitely challenges along the way with tools, I liked you have your little helpers, cats are so curious. You had cats constantly around you. And, one of the things I wanted to ask you, do you think it was when you looked at the video when it was done, your YouTube video, how accurate was the video as far as, was it easier than it showed, or was it so many more challenges that didn't show up in the video, which maybe it's a good thing?
Well, honestly, it was probably harder than I showed it. But the way I'm speaking about it now, like, and how I spoke about it a moment ago, where I'm saying I have so many ideas and I can do this. That's because the video took me a number of months to complete, because I had so much inexperience working against me, and I was just making so many mistakes along the way and having to start over. So a ton of it was just not knowing what to do, not having a prototype, not having a pattern to follow, and figuring out like not only like how to teach myself, but also what's the design of this couch going to be. Like, I basically Googled mid-century modern couches and then had to get to one that I liked the aesthetic of, and then work backwards and figure out, okay, well, how do I make this miniature? So there's definitely even more challenges that I didn't even show, but I'm really happy and grateful because I feel like I've gotten through the worst of it. And now I'm like, okay, I think I can take this to the next level.
Yeah, now you could do anything. I mean, once you got past that, because it's always the first one is the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In making the couch. And it was for a famous person, one of your idols, I believe. So we'll get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay, the legs weren't fitting. I have to find new legs, which I guess you can find everything on Amazon. Who knew? Everything. And then the batting wasn't right. We had to redo the batting. And then your sewing machine you had broke. So you had to get that fixed. It was always, but it just made it so much more realistic and, I think very relatable.
Oh, thank you.
For people.
Sure. Yeah.
So much that's out there, it's not relatable. You see someone, they this and this, and they get it done. And it's, with everything that's out there, it's Instagram, TikTok, all of the, you see, whatever it is, whether it's someone creating something or just makeup or hair or whatever, it just, they do it in 2 seconds and you think, okay, that's not relatable. I can never do this in 2 seconds. But
exactly,
you are so relatable. Which
thank you.
Really applaud you, because there's not a lot of that, I think, out there. There's much more of, I guess, superficial glossing over the fact kind of videos.
Sure.
Right. Let's talk about, we'll get back to the couch, but you said you have 4 cats and you also do some cat trapping. Tell us about your cats.
Okay. So yes, I have 4. Jerry is the oldest. He is my little boy. He's so sweet. I love him so much. He's so vocal. Like I pretty much walk in my apartment and he's like, and, and he's really high pitched. I usually, I shouldn't like admit this out loud to anyone, but I mirror him sometimes. And so he goes, and then I go, and then he goes, and then I go, and we just will go on for a long time, like to the point where it's not socially acceptable. And so he's my little boy. He's got a ton of energy. And then next one down, like, so he's 6 years old. And then I have Biscuit, who's 4 years old. And she's a little cutie. Like I call her Bisky Baby. That's her nickname. And so when I get home, I go, Bisky Baby. And she every single time sticks her butt up in the air and starts like going in a circle. And then she goes, meow, like just really high pitched. It's like, meow. And then like, I always just like kind of like go to her and like scratch her butt because she sticks in the air. And then she always like bites me. And I'm like, this is not what I wanted. Okay, fine. This is your routine. Okay. So then the next cat down is Cindy. And Cindy is about 1.5 years. And I actually found her in my garage because there were a number of feral cats living in my garage. And I trapped her myself. And I was working with a rescue at the time. But yeah, I was fostering her. And I just was like, I love you. You cannot leave. And she was like, okay, meow. And then the youngest cat is named Henry, and he's probably about 10, 11 months. And that was another situation where I was fostering, and he had a really sad story about where he was dumped. And the backstory is just it just pulled on my heartstrings. And I didn't know what to expect considering what this cat had been through. And the second I let him out of the carrier, he gave me like the warmest, best hug, like both paws around each of my shoulders and just like rubbing his face on my face and just like he wouldn't let go of me. Like, and I was like, oh my God, how could you come with such a sad story? Like he was just the sweetest little baby. And yeah, I had to adopt him too. So that's how we got 4.
Well, I love that you rescued all of them.
Thank you.
It's funny how, cats just sometimes find us,
Yeah. Yeah. I especially felt that way about Cindy too, just like with her wandering around the garage. And basically I had been in my garage because I was feeding the other feral cats. And since she wasn't in their colony, they wouldn't let her have some of the food. And I could tell she was just a kitten when I saw how big she was. And I was like, oh, it was so sad. And so, yeah, I feel like that situation especially is a perfect example of like fate intervening and being like, this is your kitten. And I'm like, okay, I accept. And she's like, I had no say in this.
What is it like? So I'm sure these are spoiled cats because they have first dibs on cat furniture. So what is it like when you're, sawing and you're using your staple gun and your little cats are just, coming up close and kind of checking it out? I'm sure I saw how great you were. So I've never seen any of the cats get hurt. But is it ever just, okay, guys, you got to go back some because I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a challenge. For a moment, I actually was renting a shed and I was using that as a workspace. And so I was able to sideline the cat issue altogether. But as things have happened right now, I am doing a little bit of sawing in my apartment still, but mostly the only things you'll see me do in my apartment now moving forward in videos will be just sewing, using my sewing machine, which you get a little anxious as they go near it, but it's not as bad as a power saw. In terms of a power saw, I'm now, for many reasons, working out of my garage. So that's better noise-wise. Get a lot less complaints from the neighbors and landlord, but also it's safer for my cats. In the beginning, I did not know I had the access to my garage in order to work out of there. So it was more like circumstantial, even in all the way up all into the cat couch video, where in that one, you do see my cat Henry basically begging to be a piece of the cat couch, like trying to get inside of it and live in there. But yeah, they actually are very desensitized to the noise. And it's not like the worst it was the first week. And after that, they were just like, oh yeah, that's basically like having the TV on.
Cats, and I think most animals, they acclimate to your environment for the most part, which is a good thing for us, Okay.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk more about the couch that we made for a celebrity. So we'll be right back.
How many of you have pets? My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life, and that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and raised over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion, because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. I am so excited when my niece and nephew come to visit, but as they're 8 and 10, I've struggled to find something fun for us to do. I was so excited when Wow in the World, creators of the #1 podcast for curious kids and their grown-ups, came out with a new intergalactical musical podcast featuring the travel blogging aliens Flip and Mosey. Flip and Mosey are setting their sights on Earth when their spaceship makes a crash landing. Now they have to wait 3,000 years for an interstellar tow truck to arrive. While they're waiting, Flip and Mosey spend their time traveling all over planet Earth, meeting different animal species as they try to learn how to be an Earthling. There's also great music by the Grammy-nominated artist, The Pop-Ups. I love the fact that my niece and nephew are entertained, I'm entertained, and it's something that the three of us really enjoy together. Now, you can listen to Flip and Mosey's Guide to How to Be an Earthling everywhere right now. Or you can listen ad-free and 1 week early by subscribing to Wondery Kids Plus in Apple Podcasts, or Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, or 1 week early on Amazon Music.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
This is Lisa Simpson. How are you? You are listening to Cattitude on Pet Life Radio. Thanks so much for being here.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Daralyn Kelleher, and we're talking about her YouTube video, and she built this gorgeous cat couch for a celebrity. So how did that happen? And she's the celebrity's like an idol of yours. So how did that come about?
Yes. So the celebrity that I built the cat couch for was Mayim Bialik. And yes, after school, every day when I was a little girl, I used to watch the TV sitcom Blossom every day with my sister. And I remember the intro where she was like dancing in the beginning. And I literally would try to dance along with her while I was watching it. And like I think you mentioned in the beginning of this episode, I also have a background in comedy. And so the fact that she has also been involved in The Big Bang Theory and now her new sitcom, Call Me Kat, like all of those things, I'm just like, she is a goddess. And I am blown away by her. And I ended up being connected with her through a mutual contact. And you know, I had known from her YouTube videos how much she liked cats. And I came up with the idea like, oh, well, maybe she would want a cat couch. Like maybe I could make something really adorable that would match her existing couch in her living room and just sort of do a miniature version. And when I heard that she agreed, like it was in shock. Like I should have gone to the hospital. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And yeah, the fact that I got this opportunity has been incredible.
Kind of like a dream come true, you know? So then, okay, she says yes. And you made it a miniature of one of the couches in her home.
Yes, I did. And I had given her a few options that looked similar to the couch in her house. And she had chosen the one that I created. And I mean, I was so excited to present it to her. And then when I saw the reaction, I was super happy with the choice.
She just looked like flabbergasted. She was just like, oh my gosh. I think it was so much more elaborate and professional and perfected, like just perfect, than I think she was expecting to receive. That's what I got from her reaction.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. And I just kept telling myself, like, no matter how long it takes, like, I'm going to get this thing as close to perfect as I can get it. And I felt super happy about her reaction. Like, no matter what, I just wasn't going to let it get through to her with mistakes on there. I was like, no, she's going to like it. And I think it seemed like she did.
She loves it. Now we have to get her to see if she can put it on her sitcom, Calming Cat.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That would be like a dream.
And maybe even have Miranda Hart come on the sitcom. Because, I think Miranda is are you familiar with her?
I'm actually not.
Oh, if you're a comedian, you will love her. She is a British comedian, and she did a show kind of similar in the UK. Anyway, it's Hulu or Netflix. I don't even know which one. It's Miranda Hart. Funny, so funny. But that would be funny to have Miranda Hart come in there. She loves cats too. And boom, Yes, you have to check her out. She's so funny. All right, let's get back. Okay, so what other cat furniture do you think you're going to make in the future?
Well, right now, I've tried a few different things. I made an ottoman with like a cat bed in the center of it. I attempted a few cat hammocks that ultimately my cats rejected. But I want to stick with cat couches right now, because as I've tried out these different furniture designs, I realized how much, I felt rewarded when I completed the cat couch. It was just like, no, I feel like this is what I want to do. I just want to get more specific and try like this cat couch from this TV show, or like this miniature version of this iconic couch, and just go all out with it. That's what I want to do.
I like your niche because it's also different. You don't see a lot of cat couches out there to just buy. I'm sure they're very specialized and made through artists like yourself. You just don't see them.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's tell people, where can they find your videos? Because everybody's listening, and we're audio only, so you have to see the pictures that go with it. So you have to check out Daralyn's YouTube channel. And Daralyn, take it away. Where can we find the YouTube channel? Obviously YouTube, but the name of your channel, and also where people can buy your couches.
Please. So the name of my channel is self-titled. It's Daralyn Kelleher. So simply search that and you shall find it. And then my Etsy shop is brand new, where you can actually buy an exact replica of the couch that Maya Bialik got from me, or perhaps we can work together and design something for you. But my Etsy shop is called Daralynian.
Perfect. And of course, everyone that's listening, if you're driving or what have you, all this information will be on the page on Pet Life Radio.
I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you for coming on Cattitude.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks. Oh, that was such a fun show. I hope you all loved it. Be sure to check out Daralyn's YouTube channel. Be sure to check out Daralyn's YouTube channel called Daralyn Kelleher, and it's very professionally done. It's entertaining, and you will learn a lot. So, and also check out her Etsy shop called Daralynian, and we'll have this information on the page for this episode on Pet Life Radio. So I'd like to give a huge thanks to my guest for coming on Cattitude. Thanks to everyone listening. It would be nothing without all of you. So thank you so much. I should make an altar to this guy. Thank you, Mark Winter, because he does magic with editing our shows and making them pleasant to listen to, and he just works magic, I'll just leave it at that. And thanks to my cat crew. I don't know if I'll be making you furniture anytime soon, but I might buy you some. And that would be Sammy and Jethro, Dennis, Charlotte, and Molly. So, hey, lose the attitude. Have Cattitude.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.